entrance of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They're halfway home, looking good, at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU.
And what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 31-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Brown. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The numbers for Brown from a week ago, 12 carries, 81 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player, and that's Jamar Chase, who is in some obvious discomfort right now.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Let's get set. 12. Right 80. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
Jaguars nothing.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Dances by at the 20. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Here's Lawrence. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 27-yard line.
Lawrence will throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Let's go.
Play action. It's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Hey, Soko.
From the gun, Bigsby. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he is going to have a Jags first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Hey, run!
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
At the 36-yard line.
Brett, on the rep.
Here's Lawrence to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Hey, center. Here we go.
Bigsby will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Burrow looking to pass. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he stopped immediately there.
He was taken down.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And the Bengals first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
10 at the 44-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
21 at the 45-yard line.
Now Burrow. Able to find Higgins. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jordan Lewis on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, attention.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. We're officially on to the second half of the season, Week 10. The playoff race starting to faintly take shape. Let's get into it. Our tour around the NFL starts now at legendary Lambeau Field. It's the Packers at home to take on the Falcons. And it's Romeo Doubs. He only had 2 receptions in the game, but he made both of them count. Both of them went for touchdowns. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns. They're hosting the New York Football Giants. And it's Tyrone Tracy. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. The Giants have the lead in a game where both teams come in on losing streaks, so someone's got to get out of here with a victory. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is DK Metcalf. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. Make it a 70-yard touchdown grab. The Steelers lead it by a touchdown at the half. And here's a look at the rest of the action that's going on, the risers and the fallers around the NFL here in Week 10. Meanwhile, our game has lived up to the hype. Just a field goal separates these two teams. 10-7 your score as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Rip, 23. Turn.
They go play action now. Lawrence, a short throw there to Strange. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence the big plays are out there.
And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Jacksonville.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
5-yard line.
Decent 24. Here we go.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
2-yard line.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Another run by Bigsby. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Take Bigsby with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
14, Bengals 10.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's good for our Bengals. First down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Open man is Higgins. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
That's another Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Here we go.
Right back to Brown. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
Let's get set. 180.
Burrow going to keep it himself. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Here now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Burrow fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nice move by Lewis. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. A short throw there to Strange. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Flush to his right. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he's across for the touchdown. In the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down 24-14. 24 seconds to go. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. He gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And the Jaguars first down.
Throwing now, Lawrence. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It's a gain of 7.
Rip,
Brings up
23.
2nd and 3.
Here's Lawrence. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Back to throw, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it, and let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there, but in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Cincinnati, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Football weather has arrived and things are getting interesting. I'm Scott Hansen. Here's your Week 10 edition of the Weekly Recap. Lots to get to this week. We start in Cincinnati. The Bengals at home to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is Joe Burrow. Next up, how about a trip to Vegas, everybody? Checking in on the Raiders as they play host to the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the former Seminole, Trey Benson. He gets a seal here, and up the alley he goes. The Cardinals are playing well. They move to 7-3 with the victory. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is DK Metcalf. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. This will be a 70-yard touchdown catch. The Steelers find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. So that'll put a bow on this one. For all the hardworking men and women here in Orlando, Scott Hansen saying goodnight. We'll see you next week right here on EA Sports.